Hi everyone, how are you? My name is Alex Gunadinik and I'm the creator of the Problemio Business Planning apps, and in this video we're going to cover something that comes up all the time: making money with ads. I'm going to explain how to do it, whether you should do it, and what you can expect from it, and whether it's a good idea and whether you have other better options or not. So first of all, let me explain what that concept of revenue model is, of making money with ads is. It's not a business model, it's a revenue model. A business model is kind of the greater whole of your business, and it can have inside it many revenue models. One or more, a business model can have inside it one or more revenue models. An ad, making money with ads is a revenue model. So it's a revenue stream for you. There's different schools of thoughts of how many revenue models you should have in your business. Many people agree that you should have, while you can have as many revenue models as you want, you should always be on the lookout for having an amazing revenue model that generates the large portion of your income. And some people may disagree because they would say you want to diversify your revenue models, but in practice, what I found is that if you have one great revenue model, you can put all your focus on it and center your business to send all your clients through that revenue model. So you want to emphasize that revenue model because it's going to be the most effective at monetizing. And also you want to nurture it because it doesn't just stay perfect all the time. You need to sort of be on the lookout, what's affecting it, what are the ecosystem changes, the business ecosystem changes that may affect it, in one way or another. You have to always nurture it and make sure it's working. So a ad revenue model is a revenue model. It's okay overall when you compare it to other revenue models, right? On the web, it's very popular for some wrong reasons. One of the wrong reasons is that many sites just don't have another way to monetize. So making money with ads is a little bit of a fallback. It's like for many people it's the last resort. The reason it's the last resort for many people is that your users hate seeing ads. It ruins the user experience. If a person actually does click on an ad, it takes them away from your business. So you actually lose that person, right? And they're engaged. They're one of the engaged people because they were actually clicking on stuff. Then, of course, if you show ads, it damages the consumer experience a little bit, and it makes your product a little worse. And you certainly want your product to be as best as possible. So ads, they have some trade-offs to them. I mean, they make money. How much money do they make? Important. The ad revenue, at least online, are measured in something called CPM, which stands for cost per thousand. I don't know why M is thousand, but it's per thousand. So it's per thousand views. So it's like per thousand page views, how much money do you get? If you use AdSense, which is the most commonly used ad serving network on the web, and that's Google's product. The AdSense is Google Ads. If you use AdSense, for most sites, the CPM, the revenue that you will get per thousand page views, is $5 to $10. So let's say you will get $10, right? So let's say at the top of that. So if you get 1,000 page views a day, you're only making $10 at best, right? Not even that. So that's not good, because to make $100 a day, you really need a lot of page views, right? And then so you really need to grow, so to make significant revenue, with only that revenue model as your main revenue model, you really need to get into the millions of page views per year in order to make reasonable money for yourself. And especially if you want to grow the business and hire people and things like that, you need way more. So you must have tremendous scale if you are going to rely on ads as your primary revenue model. And that's difficult. I mean, if you think about it, that's 1 penny per page view on average. So it's not quite good. You want to, and that's a potential customer, right? One person comes to your site, on average they earn you 1 penny you really need to get more than a penny from a customer or from a visitor. I mean, 1 penny is not good. So that's ads, right? So what you can do sometimes, people do supplement ads with like affiliate links, and I'll talk about that on a different video, and maybe upselling other things. But what I want to what I want to caution is, do not rely solely on ads. And one way to do that is pre-plan. So if you have a site you're building or an app you're making or any sort of business, and you're thinking, I'll make money with ads, be cautious, because think about the tremendous scale that you will need to make money with ads, to make real money with ads, not just pennies. And think about what other revenue models might work better for your kind of endeavor, website or app. And if there aren't better revenue models for it, if ads are the best, then it's still a viable revenue model, but you must make sure that you are going to be able to compete in a way that will get you millions of page views a year, 10 or maybe even tens of millions, right? So you must be able to get to that scale to make the revenue model, to make the ad revenue model really work well for you. And if you cannot or do not want to get to that scale, or do not have to force yourself to, your business will only be kind of really viable if you get to that huge scale with ads. If you don't want to pigeonhole yourself, if you don't want that to set up that situation for yourself, because it's amazingly difficult to get that, it's really difficult to get that kind of a volume. I mean, even the pros can't do it all the time. So if you don't want that situation for yourself, I would strongly urge you to consider what other revenue models there are for your business. And if there aren't, if it's hard to come up with them, then that's a little bit of a yellow or red flag for you, because is this going to be a viable business? And that's, now we're thinking about the business model as a whole, right? If your monetization is poor with just ads, you need to get the scale. And can you get that scale with your product and with your marketing? So that's how you make money with ads. In the offline environment, ads make a little bit more money per page view. For example, in magazines, the magazines are able to sell ads for much more than $10 per 10,000 views. So they sell for more. Maybe they sell for like $30, $40, or $50. And then of course the math becomes easier, but not by a whole lot. Similarly, if your site does grow to become a tremendous voice in your industry, you can sell ads directly to advertisers, and they will typically pay more than $10 for 4,000 impressions. They may pay $20, $30, $40 per 1,000 impressions. And then the math does become easier, but only at that huge, tremendous scale. So if you're getting you gotta be getting like maybe 10 to 15 to 20,000 visitors a day for an advertiser to start to get interested, or maybe even more than that. Maybe 25, 50,000, something significant, so that the big advertiser can have that one-on-one relationship with you. And if you can't, if you're just using AdSense, it's a very difficult hill to climb, and I really urge you to think about other revenue models which might work. And just as we did the math for this revenue model, think about the math for that potential revenue model. So that's ads. That's how you make money with ads. That's what you should know about ads, and that's what you should be kind of taking away. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative and helpful. If it was, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel, and of course I would appreciate it if you checked out the mobile apps that I have created. They're the Problemio business apps. They're available on iOS, Kindle, iPhone, and of course if you go to problemio.com, there's links to all of them there. So please check out my apps. I'd be of course appreciative, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.